Hello everyone, the Nightwolf DJ here, and this is a very special video. As many of you know, today is the 10th year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'd like to first off and say, happy birthday, Five Nights at Freddy's. I cannot believe this game has been around for exactly 10 years. That's amazing. It doesn't even feel like 10 years, to be honest. It actually it still feels like around, to me, it still kind of feels like it's the 5th or 4th, but no, it's the 10th. It's amazing. 10 years of a crazy, amazing horror game. I can't believe how far this game has come. I can't believe all the places and experiences that it's had. I mean, we even got more than just games. We got a movie out of it. It's amazing. Now, I'm not here to just talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I mean, that's kind of most of what this video is about, but this is a very specific video. Now I will tell you a story. A very good story. And no, not to be similar to a Candy Cadet related story. This is the story of not only how I got into Five Nights at Freddy's, but also how Five Nights at Freddy's saved my life. I know you're all wondering, what? Five Nights at Freddy's, a crazy horror video game, saves your life. How does that work? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it happened to me. Let's see. Let's go back to 2015. Late 2015, to be exact. Just before I got into the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom and everything. Before I became part of the community, before I started making videos, before I even started playing the game. I knew absolutely nothing about FNAF. I mean, I knew it existed, but that's all I knew. I mean, I used to hear kids at school talk about it, and how cool and how exciting and fun and scary it was, and I didn't really have much of an interest. I mean, back in the day, I used to be pretty much against anything involving horror-related content. I didn't like any of that stuff. All of it would scare me and make me uncomfortable or upset, and I didn't like it. I didn't have any interest in the fact. And at the time, I didn't actually know what Freddy Fazbear was, or what Five Nights at Freddy's exactly was to begin with. I mean, yes, I knew it was a game, but the only name of a horror-related content I heard at the time was, you're gonna find this very funny, but I actually believed that Five Nights at Freddy's was the same thing as Freddy Krueger. I know that's hard to believe, but keep in mind, I was like 13 or 14 when I first heard about this game, and I didn't know anything about it. But it's true. I thought Five Nights at Freddy's and Freddy Krueger were the exact same thing. And I'm very glad to know how wrong I was on that statement. Anyways. So, let's fast forward a little bit. It was around the time of, I believe, mid-8th grade or mid-7th grade when I first had encountered Five Nights at Freddy's. My cousin was the one who had been playing it before I was. I was over at her house on an afternoon or whatnot, and she was sitting there playing it on her computer. I looked over and I'm like, what are you playing? She's like, Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of this game. She's like, isn't this the game you told me that you thought was Freddy Krueger related? Yeah, a lot of people knew about this stupid joke. She corrected me about it, and then she told me about the game. And I was a little skeptical still about it. I didn't know really how to react to it. But I do remember my first jump scare. It was Foxy. Definitely scared the hell out of me. I had never seen something that up close in a jump scare before. It freaking startled me. My cousin thought it was hilarious, but I was surprised. I didn't know how to react to it. So, however though, after that incident, I didn't really want to be around the game that much. I mean, it creeped me out pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Five Nights at Freddy's really creeped me out back in the day. But all that changed because, well, once again, my cousin started showing me more about the game. She really was into it at the time, and she really wanted me, I guess, to be into it too, so we'd have something to be interested in together. And she started showing me videos and also songs. In fact, the very thing that actually got me hooked into Five Nights at Freddy's was the song Survive the Night by Mandu Pokey. She kept playing it a lot, and the song kind of got stuck in my head, and eventually I got hooked on the song. I loved it. Then she showed me Just Gold, Noticed. She showed me the actual Five Nights at Freddy's song by The Living Tombstone. She showed me a lot of the songs. She showed me some of the animations and videos, and I was starting to get really interested in this. And then eventually I was ready to give this game an actual try myself. I didn't have it on my computer, but I did have it on my tablet. And I realized I had one little problem. My cousin showed me what the game was, but she didn't show me how to play it at all. I had to figure out everything by myself. You could imagine how many times I died at the hands of those animatronics. So many times I almost lost count. And I'm not gonna lie, that game scared me for weeks. I eventually started getting used to the actual jump scares after a while, but I was just amazed at how much fun this game was. It was a challenge, it was exciting, and after playing the first game, I started to learn that there were more. It blew my mind when I realized there was more than one game. I was just like, wait, there's more? And at this time, my cousin had lost her interest in Five Nights at Freddy's, so I was literally on my own to try and figure it out. So I started roaming around on YouTube. I started looking up gameplays and animations and other stuff. I found videos from people like Markiplier or Ryra99. Those were my earliest experiences in Five Nights at Freddy gameplays. And I started to learn more. I learned about techniques and strategies, and I learned about more of the games. But not only that, I started to learn more about the characters themselves. Like, I know there's a difference between what the fandom has created about the character's personality and what the games create as their personality. But at the time, I didn't know the difference. Keep in mind, I was really clueless on most of this stuff back in the day. It took a long time till it all sinked in there. But nevertheless, though, it was a really interesting experience. Now, I know you're probably all still asking the question, that's all great and all, DJ, but how the heck did this game save your life? We're getting to that. In fact, I'll get to that point now, as a matter of fact. So, here we are. It's late, it's mid of 8th grade. The year is almost over, and I am kind of scared for the future. I'm scared of high school. I mean, I was absolutely kind of scared. I didn't want to deal with high school. I didn't want to be involved in it. I mean, around this time, many of you who know me through this experience of my YouTube channel have known that I have gotten bullied for many, 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 many years. And throughout middle school, I was bullied and picked on too. In fact, this is going to count as a shock, but back in middle school, I had no friends. I had no allies, no friends, nobody to back me up. In fact, the only friend I did have recently had moved away that year. So I was going to be facing high school alone. That's pretty overwhelming for a person who's got a history of being bullied in middle school and knowing that those bullies are going to follow you into high school. Plus, on top of that, I was dealing with a lot of self-doubt beside the bullying, and I was having issues both in real life and online and other things, and even had issues at home with my family, like misunderstandings. My family didn't understand me in some cases for things I did. My people who knew me didn't understand me. My so-called friends at the time didn't really get me, or what I thought was my friends, who soon turned their backs on me too. And I was at a very low point. I just wanted to give up completely. I didn't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore. And I know this is going to sound shocking. For many of those who know me in real life, and may not believe this, but it's true for what I'm about to say. For a brief moment, I thought about ending it all. Yes, I actually thought some pretty dark thoughts at that time. I don't want to say it, but I think you all know what I'm implying here. And if you're all guessing the same thing, then the answer is yes, I was thinking that. But something changed one day. I started playing more of the FNAF games one day, and I was just trying to find a way to distract myself from how I was feeling. I started realizing something about some of the FNAF characters. A lot of them had been through hell just as well as me. Some had been misunderstood, some had been mistreated, some had been put to the side, some had been hurt, betrayed, and been broken trust, and so many other things. I know that sounds just like, oh, it's made up for a story or something. No. I really could see this in many of the games, many of the characters, and what they had been through. A lot of them had been through a lot. I know in Sister Location, we always hear Circus Baby going, "You don't know what we've been through." In a weird way, in a weird sense, I understand what a lot of those animatronics had been through in their lives. And then I realized something very important. Five Nights at Freddy's had taught me a very important lesson. Life is not like a video game. If you die in real life, you don't respawn and you don't get a reset. That's the end of your story. You don't respawn like you do in the game. I realized that. I realized that so many times with how many stories of how many characters had died in the timeline of Five Nights at Freddy's. I realized that many of those characters weren't coming back. At least not in the life they had before. Like William Afton, for example. Sure, the term of he always comes back. That's just because somebody keeps bringing him back. If Afton was a real person, then he died a long, long time ago. His story ended when he made that choice. And I realized right there and then, my story wasn't over. I wasn't ready to give up so quickly. Video game taught me a very valuable life lesson. Don't throw your life away. You gotta live it till the end. No matter how rough or how bad or how much it hurts, no matter what shit or how many bad things you go through, live your life till the end. Because it's worth it, even if it sucks. And over the years, I learned similar experiences from various Five Nights at Freddy's characters. And I will tell you those characters I learned things from. Those characters were Freddy, Foxy, Golden Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Mangle, Bullbit, and Roxanne Wolf. Freddy was the one that taught me that life lesson. That you shouldn't throw your life away and live it till the end. Enjoy every moment you can. Foxy, well, everybody gets put to the side. We all get left out of things. We all get that vibe once in a while where people can't trust us or think we're dangerous and that we shouldn't be allowed to be even get close to getting near. Foxy got put in out of order. And everybody was afraid because they always assumed he did the worst. Foxy got left behind and put behind that curtain, never to be seen again. That can be really angering. That can be really hurtful and overwhelming to be cast out after all the years you'd been there and then just suddenly pushed to the side like you weren't nothing. That can be really hard on people. Seeing that through the point of view of Foxy made me understand that it's okay to feel pushed to the side sometimes. Just because that person or those people did it to you doesn't mean there won't be someone better coming along later to show you that you are worth something. Golden Freddy. Everybody's got a restless spirit at some point now and then. We all feel anger and regret, and we all want to get even with the person that hurt us. We all want that sometimes. But I learned from Golden Freddy that it's okay to have those thoughts, but committing to them is a different story. Because it won't satisfy your anger in the end. It'll only increase it more, and it won't solve the problem. No matter how angry someone hurt you, no matter how badly they made you feel the way you did, no matter how badly they betrayed you, it doesn't mean you need to seek out revenge on them and make them suffer the way you did. It won't save you or them in the end. The best thing you can do is just walk away and find your own way to be at peace. Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie taught me that looks don't matter. I mean, think about it. Throughout the years of the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, many, and I mean many people, have had their debates on if Toy Bonnie was a girl or a boy, and nobody knew for a while. I mean, sure, we have that stupid AI voice that makes him sound like a girl, even though it's claimed that he is a boy. People still make their assumptions and guesses and all that crap. People made fun of the character because he had makeup like a girl, but the design of a boy. I know a lot of people in the real world who choose one way or another. Honestly, I respect those people highly. I mean, I'm a tomboy, for example. I don't dress in girly related clothes. I don't do makeup. I don't do pretty hairstyles. I wear sneakers and jeans and cool t-shirts that say random things on them. In other words, I dress like a boy. And I've had comments from girls for many years asking me, why do you dress like that? Why can't you be like a normal girl? Because I'm not a normal girl. I don't do that sort of thing. That's just not my style. Looks don't matter. Be proud of what you wear. Be proud of who you are. Don't body shame yourself over it. Mangle taught me a very valuable lesson too. You see, I have a great history of getting physically and mentally hurt a lot. And like Mangle, we all have seen, she's been taken apart, put back together many, many times. The poor thing is barely holding together as is. When I first saw Mangle, I instantly felt a connection. I knew there was something about this special little fox that many people overlooked. What they saw is just a massive mangled parts. I saw someone who gets back up no matter how many times she got knocked down. She taught me to keep going, no matter how rough and how hurtful it may be. No matter how much pain you're physically or mentally in, know that you are not alone and that you can keep going. You can do this. Mangle taught me to not quit, no matter how hard it got. A little bit. We all have had our fair shares with Bullbit. Heck, I made her into a YouTube joke on some of my friends' channels, including my own. Everybody finds Bullbit to be a very, very, very annoying character. Overwhelming, frustrating, the glitch that drives us all nuts. Well, I've learned from Bullbit that sometimes it's okay to be annoying. Because there are people out there who are just as annoying as you are. And you have the option of either tolerating it or not. Sometimes tolerating those annoying people, even if they're your friends or your loved ones, is always the best choice. Because deep down you know you're making them happy. Tolerating how weird or silly or how funny or how random they can be. Pop in and out. Like, Bullbit pops in and out of the screen all the time, and we always type LOL to make her disappear. Sometimes it can be really fun having somebody pop in and out and make your day just a little bit more unexpected or entertaining. So for everyone watching this who thinks I'm completely, utterly annoying, I hope I made you feel better. But seriously though, it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. A little bit taught me that. And finally, Roxanne Wolf, or Roxy for short. Now, I'll admit, I didn't have much of a great interest in Roxanne at the first, when I first found her in Security Breach. But after getting a chance to almost be her voice actor, I got to experience a different side of her. Her voice lines basically gave the story, basically, of how she is so hard on herself. How she pushes herself all the time to make herself believe that she's the best, how she's better, how she can do better, how it's not her fault. Those are probably real things that she probably has heard over her time and experience of existing from many people over the years. Reminding herself over and over not to fuck up, not to screw up, not to be this, not to be that, not to... She's always given herself expectations. Doesn't everybody do that to themselves? We're always looking ourselves in the mirror, telling ourselves, don't be this, don't be that. Everybody wants to see this, everybody wants to see that. I learned, stop listening to what everybody's expectations of you are. What are your own expectations? What do you want to be? What do you want to see? Once you answer that question for yourself, you'll know what you're supposed to do. So in other words, Roxy taught me to be yourself. Stop listening to the negative expectations of everybody around you. I mean, take a look at my YouTube channel, for example. My channel looks nothing like anybody's channel. My thing is, I've heard comments over the years that saying my channel's a mess. It makes no sense. I have no direction of where I'm going with this thing. I don't care. I mean, people are always telling me, like, you should do the latest videos. You should make these. This will help you get more views. This will help you get more comments. This will help you get more likes. This will get you more interaction, more shared. I don't really care about all that crap. I am a YouTuber. I make videos. I make animations. I make movies. I do video games. I do stories. I work on all the stuff because it's stuff I want to make. Not because it's what everyone wants me to make. It's because what I want to make. Once I put those expectations to the wall and ignored them, I started enjoying my channel more and more. I started enjoying being me more and more. Like, in real life, I'm not gonna lie, like, you all have heard my beautiful howl. I've gotten a lot of good comments over the web, but out in the real world, people hate it. Okay? People hate it. In fact, throughout middle school and high school, throughout elementary to middle school, people called me Wolf Girl. I hated that nickname. It was the worst nickname in the world. Eventually, I learned I didn't need to listen to that stupid nickname. I became something better. I kept going. I didn't give up. I didn't listen to those stupid haters. Let me put it this way. If I had given in, I don't know if I would have kept going. When you put all that together of what I said, of everything I learned from those FNAF characters, as well as Five Nights at Freddy's itself, you can see a lot of life lessons in this game. This video game had done so much for me over the years. It helped me be more confident in myself. It helped me be less afraid. It helped me take on the day, take on the world, take on a lot of things. Because of it, I made a lot of differences. Five Nights at Freddy's opened the door for many things. It opened the door for me to become a YouTuber. It opened the door for me to have new friends. Real ones this time that cared about me. Who looked out for me. Who stuck by me. Who loved me for me being me. Five Nights at Freddy's led me to my own love. And what I mean by that is, many of you know my boyfriend Horror Fan, or Monday Night Frightmares, he goes by these days. Five Nights at Freddy's happened, the YouTube channel happened, and the two of us had met. In fact, we fell in love to a Five Nights at Freddy's song. I'm sure many of you know CG5, and many of you know his song, Let Me Through. Around the time that song came out, that was around the time the two of us fell in love with each other. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really true. That song happened, and then we happened. Five Nights at Freddy's even helped me with many videos and projects and stories. In fact, it helped me write a lot of stories I had worked on. Do you guys remember my famous story of Toy Bonnie and Vixen, or Five Nights at Freddy's till the end? Right there and then. I wrote that story because of Five Nights at Freddy's. I was inspired by a lot of different things, but Five Nights at Freddy's had found its way to helping me write stories. It helped me with schoolwork, it helped me with assignments. In fact, one of those stories was actually a school project, and because of Five Nights at Freddy's, I was able to get pretty far with it. Five Nights at Freddy's has always been there for me. It may be just a random, crazy video game, but take a look at all it's done for everybody. It's brought so many people together. It brought my friends together. It brought a lot of people together. It brought everything I know into light. If Five Nights at Freddy's never existed, I don't know if I would be here right now. I'm not sure if I'd be here today. I'm pretty sure we all know, as I said earlier, I'm pretty sure we all know where this would have ended up. But that video game saved my life, gave me a second chance and a second look on life. And I'm really glad it did. Because if it hadn't, like I said, I'm not sure I'd be here right now. I mean, and even in the future, Five Nights at Freddy's is still going to be at my side. I know no matter where I go, that video game is going to be there with me. I mean, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world because I get to share 2 anniversaries of Five Nights at Freddy's with my life. In other words, my YouTube channel, Nightwolf DJ, this channel had started on December 16th, 2016. And a few years later, we got Security Breach. December 16th. At first, I actually hated that the game had been released on my anniversary. But now I'm overjoyed that Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Security Breach and I share the same anniversary. I get to share one of the coolest games out in the world with the same anniversary as my channel. That's amazing. I mean, if you want to talk about that, like, I get to share the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with my birthday every year now. Because, well, my birthday is on October 29th. The movie came out October 27th, 2 days before my birthday. Do you have any idea how amazing that felt? That felt like the best birthday present ever. I got the FNAF movie as a birthday gift. At first I thought it was a joke, but then it turned out to be real. Going to see it in theaters that night was the best night of my life. Because I got to see one of the greatest things come to life on the big screen. It almost felt like it was made for me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it almost felt like it was a sign. Almost like that entire game. It's almost like it's a way of saying, happy birthday, DJ. Happy birthday. It felt amazing. Five Nights at Freddy's has been there for me from the very start, and I don't know what I would have done without it. I know it's just a video game to many, but to me, it's everything. Now, I know it's 1 out of a millionth chance, but Scott Cawthon, I don't know if you're ever going to see this video out of the amounts of many videos that exist for Five Nights at Freddy's. But if you ever do see this video, then I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Scott Cawthon, for creating a video game that helped save a life.
Good times and bad times, I can count on being with you. I thank you for staying so true. My life will go on a long time, have to catch up when I see you, and you
In the words of Markiplier, there's no numbers!
Is that chicken?
You hear that?
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Oh, come on, no! Oh, come on! Guys, really? Oh my god, my game crashed.
It did?
I think.
It's too late.
Oh my god, we got the Marina!
I know.
Yeah, you're the one playing. I'm the one recording. Oh!
What?
Oh my god! We did it! Oh my god, on the first try! Oh my god! Yes! Hey, yes! Oh my god, we're freaking dead! Bird!
Why? What?
Shadow Bunny! Oh my god! Shadow Bunny's in the game! Oh, what?
Hello there, mate.
Hello. Okay, and welcome to our 5 Minutes of Freddy's live stream. Wait, what time does the clock say? Oh, the clock's like a minute late. Oh, now it says 12. Okay, guys, so
send me a letter, let me know how you're doing.
what the? Oh my god!
Great job reaching parts and service. It seems that Funtime Freddy is out of time. Press the large black button beneath Bonnie's bow tie to release the power module.
Always with me in the life I lead. So far, far away from life I used to know.
Yes, I got him!
Great job.
I got him!
You've acquired
Yes!
Foxy's scared me.
Close my eyes. I can take it, I'll catch it for you.
I'm ready for you.
You can recall with me any time of day. You can reach out, you can ask me in your soul.
are the best.
It's so much more fun hanging out in here with you.
Clear the stage, for the star of our show is now here.
Never underestimate the cunning of a pirate. Or a fox, for that matter.
When you wake up, just remember, friends are forever.